Hey guys, today we have a special treat for you. We're going to do a dyno test of the Honda Metropolitan. That's right, the Honda Metropolitan is one of the best-selling scooters in all of North America. That and the Ruckus, its counterpart, they use the same engine. And we're going to test the NMP03553. It's the Honda Ruckus Metropolitan exhaust. And we're going to try the clutch springs and the clutch, and also this super slick Scooter Ninja Variator. That Variator is sick, and it really does increase the speed of the bike. But let's take a look at it. The Honda Metropolitan is one of the best-selling scooters in all of North America. It features a 49cc liquid-cooled single-cylinder 4-stroke engine. Wow, that's hard to say. Anyways, it is a best-selling bike that we sell a lot of these exhausts for. You've seen the best-selling MRP exhaust for the Metro. And now we have this Variator. This Variator is sick. And it has a super slick coating on it. It comes with extra sets of roller weights so that you can test them out. Basically, the stock transmission of the Honda Ruckus and Metropolitan are restricted. This is done by the manufacturer to limit its speed, and that's the front pulley that you can see right there in the front. It's heavily restricted, and it doesn't allow it to engage in the top end. With the new roller weights, which are heavier, and the super slick coated Variator, which has a steeper angle, the roller weights are going to go up a lot higher, and that's going to give you more top end speed. The exhaust, of course, is going to have a bigger exhaust, and more air is going to come out of the here we are, we're testing the Metropolitan, and this is what we do with all the parts before we release them to the market. Put it on the computer, we make sure that we check the pressure, we make the speed, we check the temperature. We do all these checks before we engage the engine on the dyno. Our mechanics here at MRP test the stock exhaust. Afterwards, we take it off and proceed to test the racing one. This is a process that takes several hours of putting parts on, removing parts, testing them with just one part at a time, then testing a combination of parts and making sure the parts all work together. And it is really time consuming, so I'm going to edit this video a little bit so it doesn't take as much time and we can speed through it. Let's take a look at the NMP02047, which is the Metropolitan Racing exhaust that you see here. We have it in slick chrome silver. First, you got to remove the regular stock exhaust, which is heavily restricted. It has a catalytic converter. It's also restricted for its speed. Once you remove this piece, make sure to replace it with the new MRP. It comes in this awesome box, by the way, for your display. Put it on the shelves. It's going to look great inside the store. Anyways, put this new exhaust on there, and you should get some more miles per hour on the top end. It's also going to give you a good, smooth mid-range. Once you adapt the roller weights, the clutch, and the Variator to these upgrades, it should be performing as well. We also have a CDI. We have several CDIs that come in from Melossi and Polini. The CDIs are a little bit difficult because there are several different versions of CDIs on the US market. We do have a super coil on the way for the Metropolitan and the Ruckus. But what we recommend doing is the Super Slick Variator by Scooter Ninja, the MRP exhaust, and of course, if you can, add some sliding weights. Sliding weights do engage a little bit quicker, so we highly recommend those as well. They're made of nylon. But let's take a look at the exhaust. It should be installed now at the end of the video. So we're going to have this exhaust added to the vehicle, and we're going to put it back on the dyno, and we're going to start testing it. Once the new exhaust has been put on, the new Variator, the clutch springs, and the clutch, we put it back on the dyno, and we start testing it to see how it performs. Let's take a look. Dyno tests do show significant improvement for the engine once you start doing all these upgrades. But just keep in mind that the dyno doesn't have real-world weight, which is the rider being on the bike, the weight of the riders, the weight of the wind factor, of course, and the road. So if you're showing 65 miles an hour, then you have to say it's going to be in the upper 50s once you add in the wind and the road and the rider, of course. But this does show significant improvement over the stock engine, which we can compare right here. You can see the top curve is the footage with the new performance exhaust and Variator and roller weights by MRP and the clutch springs. And the other chart is the original. So you see about 30% increase. And this is across the board, which is great because you have more takeoff, more speed, and more power using the MRP parts on the Honda Metropolitan and Ruckus. all this is really time consuming. What really comes down to is the top part here. You can see the upper line is the performance increase, and the bottom line is the stock. So when you see that 20-30% gain in takeoff and in top end speed, there's a little hesitation in the mid-range, but the top right there is significantly better than the original top for the Honda Metropolitan. And that's what people want to see. We also take apart the bike and we inspect the other parts. There might not be parts available for every single type of mod or modification, for example, the carburetor or some of the other, but you can do a rejetting. MRP does have a new jet set that's coming out for the Honda Metropolitan and the Ruckus, which we're going to have available this summer. And it comes with several different jets that you can put it in. And this is how we discover these things, by taking the bike apart. We don't take the manufacturer's word for it, because in the US, these accessories are usually different. We also have chrome and anodized accessories available for the Metropolitan Ruckus, such as the oil dipstick and the Kickstarter. And when we take apart the transmission here and add the Scooter Ninja parts, we analyze every single little detail about the stock transmission, from the belt to the front pulley to the fan to the rear clutch and the clutch bell. These are all essentials that have to be analyzed before selling these new parts for the bike. This is a great bike, the Honda Metropolitan, but it's heavily restricted. And once we remove the stock Variator, and you can see the stock rollers and the stock Variator, replace it with the Scooter Ninja Variator, we're going to get about a 20% increase in takeoff just in the Variator alone. So it has a super slick coating, plus they're heavier rollers, so it's going to engage more in the top end, so you can have more top end speed. You might lose a little bottom end, but with the exhaust, with the clutch springs, you're going to get that bottom end back. So it's not a total loss, and that's why we strongly recommend changing the rollers and the exhaust and adding the Scooter Ninja Variator if you can. Make sure to order this from your local MRP dealer. We're wholesale only. We test and try all the parts ourselves, and we do not sell to the public. We only sell to stores. So go to your local shop, ask for Scooter Ninja, ask for the MRP exhaust, ask for the Molosi clutch springs. We got them. We'll get them out to you. Have a great day.